Hey guys, this is just a follow-up from last week's video. I ordered the replacement piece from Woodland Mills. It was only a few days later that it came, and it came shipped in this long box, this cardboard box. And here it came. I didn't take the bubble wrap off yet, which I'm just about to do here now. So I want to show you a couple of things, so stick around. Just a couple of things about this trailer hitch, or trailer tongue if you want to actually call it. Just pull all this bubble wrap. It's nicely lubricated down here at this end. Yeah, it's kind of a greasy mess. I'd rather have a greasy mess than not have any lubrication on that at all. What I wanted to show you, this is the old shaft right here. You can see how it's broken. It's quite a break. All I had to do was actually, I just had to bend it further, and it just, the rest of it just snapped right off. And this is the end with the, where the coupler goes on this end, and this just swivels here 360 degrees. So when, whatever you're using to tow with, it can flex so your trailer doesn't get twisted, or your trailer tongue doesn't get twisted, or the trailer. You can also see here the damage on it, and you can see about to here is basically where it's all deformed from this distance and to about here on this one. Whoop, that's kind of noisy. So about this distance here. So what would have to happen is that this would have to be cut here, and the piece inserted, and then all welded up. Anyways, long story short, got the new one. What I wanted to show you is, if you look at this one, this is the replacement one, so it's exactly the same metal. Everything's exactly the same. If you look at the walls on the tubing, they're only 1/8 inch thick. I did not expect that Woodland Mills would have upgraded this. I was hoping that they would, but obviously they didn't, so this is something I'm going to have to be very careful with. So to get it back together, it's a fairly quick procedure. I have to slip on some parts. The first part I'm going to slip on here, this is for I've got the jack over there. It's just to slip to hold the jack holder. So we can just slip this over top. And it goes all the way down to the far end. Place it right about there. And this here is for the winch. This is the winch bracket. And we do the same thing here. I'm going to slip it over, slide it all the way down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it all set up. I'm just going to set it all loose before I tighten anything up. So after I've got this mounted on there, the next step is just to put the shaft or the long tongue inside the trailer here and into the receiver. And I'm going to slide it in as far as I can get it. Whoop, a little stubborn there. Just put my measuring tape down. I should have maybe blocked my wheels here. Maybe a little bit of lube would have been good too to put in. Now we're getting it. I'm just watching I don't pinch my fingers. So there, that's almost the shortest configuration. I'm just going to move it up and see if I can actually get a little bit. Yeah, I can get a little bit shorter than that. So right now I've got it at the shortest configuration. The tongue itself from the back end all the way to here is 81 inches long, if anybody was interested in that. And the next thing I have to do is just put the spacers and the long bolts and the nut. So I can drop one bolt here from the top. Just got to make sure that it's aligned properly. This is the harder one to put in. And if you go back and look at my previous week's video, you're going to see how much longer this was sticking out. It was, maybe about here, another foot or so. And that definitely contributed to this tongue here flexing and breaking. So I got the one bolt in. I've got to put the other one in from the back here. There's a spacer, a big spacer. If you come in closer here, you can see the spacer. The big spacer that goes in, put the bolt through. As mentioned, I'm just going to put everything loose until everything's on. And then one down here, there's another spacer that goes in on the bottom with a nut. So anytime I want to change the length of the tongue, say if I'm having long logs in here, I just have to extend it by removing those two bolts. Oh, the jack had to fall down. Don't need that right quite yet. So the next thing I'm going to put on there is I'm going to put the post for the winch. It's kind of like a sleeve. You can see it has two holes in here. And then it has this pin that locks in, and the pin has a Zerk fitting, so that's why I'm not lubricating it right now. I'll just insert it, and then after I'll get the grease gun out and I'll lubricate it up. So it just mounts in there nice and quickly. And then there's just a bolt if you come in here a little bit closer. I had that on there. Maybe I should. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to put it in there. And the nut and bolt just go right through here. It's quite easy. So we just put that in there. And then to keep this into place, as the winch is being used, this here will pivot like as you see right now. To keep it into place, there's a pin I've got right here. So we can put that pin in. And we got the pin coming through. That keeps it vertical. Now, as I mentioned, this has to be all tightened up. I'm not going to go through the process of tightening it all up in this video. I mean, it's just a matter of using the wrenches that I've got down there. And this one here, I've got to pull the pin out of this one. And this is a telescoping winch, or the crane part of it, if you want to call it as such. The boom. There we go, the right word. And I'm just going to slip it all the way down to the lowest configuration. And what this does is it allows the trailer to, for when I'm lifting the box, it gives me like a different height, and it helps with the different angles for tilting the box. Just got to get it lined up there. There we go. So that's in there like that. And the next thing to do is to mount the winch. I have one pin on the winch down here on the bottom. Just got to slip it out. Make sure that I put the winch facing the right way. And it goes that way. So the winch just mounts right in here. And hopefully it doesn't push the trailer down too far. See if I got it in there. Oh, no, I got it crooked. There we go. And then I can just pass the pin in underneath it. Oh, I just got to get it lined up a little bit better. Okay, the pin is in there. We just flip it off there so it can't fall out. The next thing to do, I'm going to do, if you come over more on this side here, I've got the jack, and I can just put the jack here like this. I can let the trailer down, and I can put the pin in here. Just have to line it up a little bit. Okay, that's locked into place. And the last piece is the coupler. So I just got to pull the bolts out here. So now you can see how I've got the block for the coupler sitting on this section sitting on the top. This can be used either this way on the top, or the tongue could be completely flipped and it could be used on the bottom. It doesn't matter. It depends on whatever you're towing with and the height that you want. That's what that's all about. This trailer is very dynamic as far as setting it up. So we'll just put these on here. Just fasten those a little bit by hand. And as you can see, it's a very versatile trailer, and it's very quick to change things, to pull things apart and such. And then the last piece here is just the cable. Got it a little bit tangled up. I think I'm going to change to a rope instead of the wire. It's a little better, a little easier on the hands and stuff like that when you're doing stuff. So this just flips over top, and then I can just lock it here on the bottom of the box if I want to pull it up. It's just set to freewheeling, so all I have to do now is tighten up a few bolts, nuts and bolts, and that's it. That's a really quick fix. I just got to make sure that I'm, when I'm setting it up, that it's nice and straight. It's a little bit on an angle because it's obviously because it's loose. So anyways, guys, I thought I'd just bring you up to date on the trailer, that it's going to be back in service right after I tighten up the nut and bolts. So really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can always do so by hitting that subscription button down below. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Gelling Outdoors.